Hello, Lobo fans. We welcome you inside the Maloof building. It's the athletic department building on the South Campus at the University of New Mexico. Our set today in the studios of Lobo TV. It's episode 22 of your Inside Lobo Athletics podcast. I'm your host, Robert Portnoy, and it's my privilege to welcome in the new offensive coordinator for Lobo football. Just got a chance to meet Joe Dailey. Welcome aboard, Joe. How you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for having me. Excited to be here. I've only been on the job for about a week now, but thrilled to be here.
What are your first impressions 1 week here in the Duke City?
Well, a lot of sun.
That's
Regardless
a good
of what
thing, right?
Yeah, for sure. Regardless of what the temperature may be, the sun feels awesome. So I've enjoyed that and got a chance to see the city somewhat. And I'm staying kind of downtown, get a chance to explore a little bit. And so I'm enjoying it. It's a beautiful city, beautiful people, and I'm excited to be here.
I know it's early, but have you sampled the red or the green chili yet on some New Mexican food?
I have yet to.
Okay.
I have yet to, but I hear I need to.
You've heard about it?
I have, yes, indeed.
Don't have to choose one or the other. Some people just go Christmas.
Yeah.
They like red and green both.
Yeah, someone exposed that to me the other day in the student union. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So it's great to be with Joe Dailey, the new offensive coordinator for Lobo football. And what made this change happen for you? How did it come about to start? When did you first hear about the opening, and then kind of take us through the steps that brought you to be wearing that logo on your shirt there?
Yeah, certainly. To be honest with you, I had heard about it prior to ever getting a call from Coach Davey, because we came out here during the season and played you guys. Thought it was beautiful. I never thought more than, that'd be nice to maybe go out there and check it out.
Nice place to go get a win for you guys.
Oh yeah, certainly. And so, things never really happened from my part. I didn't reach out to anybody. And I had some other things going on at the time, and then I got a call from Coach Davey requesting that, maybe we can sit down and talk a little football, maybe come out and check it all out and interview for the job amongst the staff and see, if it would be a mutual fit. And one thing led to another. We had a great visit. Got a chance to bounce some ideas off of each other. And really, at the end of it, it was just like one of those deals where it just fit. Everything kind of met right at the head, and it was like this would be great. So let's go in this direction. And I was all on board.
What an opportunity for you, and big change for you as well. Are you excited about it?
Oh, certainly. I'm an East Coast guy originally, but love the West. I've always wanted to come out and see what it had to offer. I've only heard things in passing and traveled back and forth, but I'm excited to live here and become a part of this culture and help restore the order here in New Mexico.
This is the Inside Lobo Athletics podcast. It's episode 22 with Joe Dailey, the new offensive coordinator for Lobo football. It's brought to you in part by Santa Ana Star Casino, New Mexico's best bet. You said East Coast guy. You're a Jersey boy, right?
Correct.
Yeah, where were you raised?
I was raised in Freehold, New Jersey, and if you've ever heard of Freehold, New Jersey, it'd be because of Bruce Springsteen, the boss. And so I was raised in central New Jersey. If you also heard of Freehold, it's not too far from the Jersey Shore. So I was raised there, and then I actually went to high school in Jersey City, New Jersey, which is about 42 miles from Freehold, at an all-boys Catholic high school.
Lobo football went and played Rutgers a couple of seasons ago, so we spent a couple of nights in Jersey and actually were able to spend one day in the city there as well, because we got out a day early. That was a great trip, and had no idea about the depth, the breadth, and the length of the football tradition there.
Oh yeah, it's the birthplace of college football. Oh yeah. Jersey football is it's known all over the country, and so we got a national brand, specifically the high school. But I played a little bit of football in the state.
You became a college player yourself, right? A college quarterback, and two places, Nebraska and North Carolina. Tell us about your playing experience.
Correct. I was an option quarterback coming out of high school and played in an option style offense. And Nebraska was at that time the elite when it came to option football and national championships, or at least competing for them. And I wanted to go somewhere where I could compete for a national championship and play quarterback. And so they extended an offer, and I accepted gladly. And I was there for 2 years, but there was a coaching change. My very first head football coach went 9-3, and they let him go. And they brought in another gentleman, a guy by the name of Bill Callahan, who was coming from the Oakland Raiders. And he installed an entirely different offense, the West Coast offense, the system that John Gruden currently runs. So I was there for a year as a team captain, as a sophomore there, and just wasn't a fit, wasn't a mesh. So I decided to take my talents back east and south to North Carolina, to which I went through 2 more coaching changes as a head football coach and then 3 position coaches, offensive coordinators. So had a vast experience in offensive football, and I was fortunate to be coached by guys that all coached in the NFL. So I learned a lot in a short period of time as a student athlete.
This is episode 22 of the Inside Lobo Athletics podcast. Are you a Lobo fan? Of course you are. Start earning points toward game tickets with the Coors Light XP app. Download it from the App Store today. Remember, 21 means 21. I'm Robert Portnoy, your host. We're live inside the Maloof building. It's the athletic department building. We're here on the South Campus of the University of New Mexico. We're right in the shadows of Dreamstyle Stadium, right across the street from the legendary Dreamstyle Arena, the Pit. And we have Joe Dailey, the brand new offensive coordinator for Lobo football. You've used the word mesh a couple of times now, the way that it maybe didn't work for you as a player, and so you had to move on, and you said it was a great fit here, and everything seemed to mesh together when you got on campus and interviewed here in Albuquerque. Mm-hmm. Well, the mesh is a big part of the offense that you like to run, right? And it's going to be a big part of what the Lobos do moving forward. It has been for a while, but the Lobos kind of transitioned from a really triple option based offense, Coach Davies' entire tenure, to this past season more of an RPO run pass option type of offense. What's your philosophy with regard to that, and how much will the mesh figure into the mix?
Yes, certainly. I believe in running traditional old school football. So option football will continue to be part of Lobo football, but I want to mesh it with new school football. And so you bring those 2 worlds together, and now week to week defensively, you got to figure out a plan on how to stop, archaic football, stuff that's always worked, and then this new stuff that's, I'm just trying to get a bead on. It just makes it tough to prepare for, and when you have the kind of talent that we have here across the board, specifically at the quarterback and the receiver position, even in the running back position, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be really difficult, and I'm excited about bringing these 2 worlds together here in Albuquerque and seeing what we can do, in the Mountain West.
Well, Lobo fans might remember you got a first-hand look at what Joe Dailey's offense can do when the Liberty Flames were here in Albuquerque this past season, and Stephen Buckshot Calvert threw it all over the yard, in particular in the first half. The offense was humming that day. You guys got a win. And so, they kind of got a chance to see, for a first glance, what you like to do. That was a pretty special group that you had, though, there with Gandy Golden on the outside and the way Calvert could throw the ball.
Yes, certainly. And those were guys that were really under-recruited. We didn't have to really compete against anybody to get those guys on campus. But our talents as a coaching staff was to love, teach, and develop young men, and those were guys that bought into us, and we bought into them, and we loved on them, and we taught them, and we developed them. And what you saw, that Saturday was just an example of what would take place Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's just what we do. That's who we are, regardless if we're in Virginia, New Mexico, or California. That's what you're going to get. We're never going to change who we are and what we do. That's in our DNA.
What did you think of the facilities here at UNM when you first got a chance to look at everything, on the home side, right? You got into the complex there, the Todium complex. You saw that beautiful weight room that's only been there a couple of years. The locker rooms were just renovated. That playing surface is amazing. You saw that firsthand during the season. What do you think, and do you have enough to do exactly what you want to do here in Albuquerque?
Yes, certainly. I kind of got the background of what it was to what it has become, and was really excited about hearing that. And then actually seeing it in person was really fired up, because there's a lot of potential there between the facilities, the weight room, the locker room, and then the coaches' offices and meeting rooms. You got what you need. And then in addition to recruiting the right talent and assembling the puzzle, it excites me and fires me up, because now, we got the pieces to this thing. Now it's our job as coaches and as a program, players as well, is to assemble this puzzle so that we can go out and have some success.
Episode 22 of the Inside Lobo Athletics podcast with Joe Dailey, the offensive coordinator for University of New Mexico football, brand new on campus. U.S. Bank helping individuals and businesses work toward their financial goals all across New Mexico and all across the country. U.S. Bank, the power of possible, equal housing lender, member FDIC. You mentioned assembling the pieces now and sort of putting the puzzle together. What is the type of player that you will look to recruit on the offensive side of the ball in your scheme? I know there's some great talent here, but moving forward, what can Lobo fans expect? A Lobo offensive skill position player, Lobo offense, a lineman, a tight end, a running back. What are those guys going to look like? How will you try to sort of mold that player in the image that you want to fit your offense?
Yeah, specifically, we're looking for guys that have high character, great academics, and then talent that fits into what we're trying to do offensively. And then guys that are servants. They're going to serve each other, and they're going to serve the community, and they're going to serve the institution well, in addition to the program. So just to kind of outline what we're looking for in general as a student athlete: guys, great character, great academics, phenomenal talent, and guys that are servants. And then when you get into the specifics of each position group, you want to start from the outside and work your way in. The outside guys, those wide receivers, they got to be able to run.
Speed.
Yeah, they got to be able to run. And they also got to be able to block, because those two things go hand in hand. If you have the ability to run by people, you have the ability to block people, you're a threat, And then when you move on in to the inside guy, he's got to be able to make one miss. We got an acronym. It's MOM, but it stands for specifically make one miss. And at all skill positions, you got to be able to make one miss, because you're going to be put into a situation where you're going to be one-on-one. And the odds are, if you make that one guy miss, it's a first down or a touchdown. So that's why speed is a prerequisite, because if you make one miss and you outrun everybody, it's 6 a lot. But that slot guy's got to be able to run and make people miss and block, in addition to being able to catch the football at all positions, really at the wide out position. And then move your own way into the tight end. That guy's kind of the janitor. He's got to be able to do a number of different things. He's the bodyguard. He's got to clean up the edge. He's got to clean up the box. He's got to be able to block on the perimeter. He's got to do a lot of different things. So there's a lot of responsibilities that he has. And so that guy's got to be smart. He's got to be flexible, and they're not all built the same, because some of them are hybrids. Some guys can play out in space, and some guys can only live in the box. And then you got some guys that can do both. So they got to be able to catch the football, block, and move in space. And then you talk about the backs, you got the hybrid guys that can play outside, play in the box, and you got guys that are strictly downhill runners. They're going to punish people. Then you got the hybrid guys. Then you work your way to the quarterback, and that guy's got to be, an above average athlete. He's got to be able to see the game faster than everyone else on the field. He's got to be able to respond post-snap. Everyone's great pre-snap, but when the ball is snapped, he's got to be able to make the right decision as fast as possible and be accurate. In addition to being athletic, you got to be able to make somebody miss, because sometimes guys are going to miss a block, and an athletic quarterback gives you an opportunity to be right, because someone could miss a block and he has to dodge that guy, and there goes Lily down the sideline, and we throw it up to him. Had he not had that athletic ability to get out of the way, that was never going to be a completion. So that guy has a unique skill set. And then up front, those guys, out of all of them, they got to be selfless guys that come to work with an everyday grinding effort. Like, their attitude and effort is, it won't never compromise. It's non-negotiable. You're getting everything you can from me every second of every day. And they're willing to do the things that most people aren't going to do. Those guys don't get all the credit, but when those points go up, had they not done what they needed to do, that they wouldn't be there. And so at each position group, there's a unique skill set that we're looking for. But hopefully that kind of answers your question, outlines what we're looking for.
I love it. It sounds like a lot of it is you're looking for what's in here, what's in their heart. You're looking for what's up here, what's between the ears. And then obviously they need to have the talent as well, but just strong individuals.
Correct.
Love it. Joe Dailey, offensive coordinator for University of New Mexico football, brand new on campus. This is episode 22 of the Inside Lobo Athletics podcast. I'm your host, Robert Portnoy. The Lobos want to recognize our small business local partners that include Albuquerque Tents, All Sports Trophies, Clark's Pet Emporium, Graphic Connection, and MGS Communications. Thank you for your support. Coach Dailey, tell us a little bit about your family.
Well, I'm married. I married my college sweetheart, Carrie Beth. We've been dating, and we've been together since 2003 as a freshman on college. So, I've been happily married.
So you met her at Nebraska?
Yeah, I met her at Nebraska. Got married, it had been 6 years after finally, first meeting her. Matter of fact, when I jumped into my first job as a graduate assistant, we got married that year. And we got 4 beautiful children. Stella June, she's 9. She's an athlete. Noah Hansen, he's 7. Miles Joseph, he's 3. And then we got one we just had about 7 weeks ago, Tyson Paul. So we're a football family through and through. I was raised as a stepson of a high school football coach, and my kids are growing up as football coach kids, and so we and they love some football now.
Fantastic, a big family.
Big family.
And I was really interested to hear that some make the choice, the family will stay back, finish out the school year, things like that, and then they'll move out, but you're bringing them out right away.
Yeah, Team Dailey, we got to be together. We have to. My wife does a phenomenal job. She's the head football coach at home. The head football coaches need assistants, and we're going to take that party on the road and make this our permanent residence. She's going to need my assistance. And so I'm fired up. I can't wait to get them out here after signing day and immerse themselves, in the culture here and get acclimated.
I want to play for you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
I can tell. Yeah, no, it's
we have fun.
Fantastic.
We're going to have a lot of fun. There's no doubt about it.
Oh my gosh. This is the Inside Lobo Athletics podcast, episode 22. We have Joe Dailey, the offensive coordinator for New Mexico football. He is brand new on campus, and obviously you can tell the excitement level is high. Route 66 Casino Hotel is a proud partner of the Lobos. Quality, service, and value. Get your kicks. Past couple of seasons for Lobo football have not been what New Mexico fans want, what Coach Davey and his staff wants. You guys want to turn it around, and you don't want to wait. You want to turn it around quickly. In terms of what's in place right now, quarterback position, running back position, wideouts, tight ends, your offensive line, there is a lot of good returning talent. Is this unit good enough to do the things that you wanted to do?
From just watching the tape, I'm excited about the talent that we have. Visiting with the coaching staff and kind of going through each position group and kind of getting a sense of the collective makeup and then the individual makeup of the personnel here excites me. Gonna have to go through spring football to really get my thumb on top of it and see exactly what we're working with, because I've seen the production, I've watched all the tape of our skill guys and combo guys touching the football, and I'm excited about it. And then we're also adding new pieces to the puzzle when we get a chance to kind of experiment with them. And then I've seen the front and what they're able to do and their skill set, and so I'm excited to just get into spring football and put it all together, and then afterwards kind of edit what we're doing so that going into this 2019 season, we know exactly who we are, what we need to do to win, how we're going to do it, and then do so together.
I want to ask you about the quarterback position as a final thought, because you played the position. You know what it is all about, being a run-pass quarterback, a dual-threat quarterback. You did it, and now you've coached it for a long time. With regard to Tavaka Tuioti, Sharon Jones, these are returning quarterbacks with good athletic skill sets. You've seen tape of them, obviously. And you mentioned the post-snap, diagnosis, being able to, everybody looks great pre-snap. You can make the great read pre-snap, but what you do after the ball is snapped is another animal. Can you see on tape things that are actually going through a player's head as he is watching the defensive bullets kind of flying at him? And can you help him sort of understand what he's seeing and better diagnose it? Is that something that's innate, or is that coachable, or is it a little bit of both?
Certainly, I believe it can be coached. When you watch tape on a young man, you can see a lot of things if you understand what you're looking at. success at the quarterback position comes down to three things, in my opinion: having the appropriate attitude, going through a well-rehearsed and designed routine, and then trusting yourself and your ability, trusting your teammates, trusting your coaches, and trusting the plan. Those three things are what dictates a quarterback success: having the right attitude, going through the appropriate routine, and then trusting all the different parties that are in that mix. And so when you watch a tape, and you can tell, you can literally tell the attitude, the routine, and trust of a young man. And some of that's on him individually, and some of that is on the coaches themselves, and then on the program. So there's kind of a union or a trinity that has to occur for success to occur at the quarterback position.
Coach Dailey, it has been great meeting you for the first time. I wish you all the best of luck here in Albuquerque. Excited to see you get with those guys for spring football and see what it looks like on the field for the first time. It's early on, but welcome to Albuquerque. Get that first taste of red and green chili and see what you like, and then get to work. I know you're pumped.
Oh yeah, certainly. Thank you for having me, and I know I'm excited, and my family's going to be fired up once they get here as well. So thank you.
Joe Dailey, thank you so much. Yeah. The brand new offensive coordinator for New Mexico football, Joe Dailey, has been our guest. I'm your host, Robert Portnoy, for my director and producer, Stephen Williams with Lobo TV. That's going to do it for us for today, for your final moment here on the Inside Lobo Athletics podcast. Make sure you tune in again next week. That's it for episode 22. So long, everybody, and go Lobos.